Hey everyone, welcome back to ChaatNChat. My name is Josh.
I'm Miguel.
And we are watching Iqbal. This is part 3, so if you have not watched part 1 or part 2, we're going to put the playlist link in the video description so you can go back and then watch all the parts in order. It just makes sense that way, right? और अगर आप तक नहीं किया, सब्सक्राइब करो, शेयर करो और लाइक बटन पर थप्पड़ मारो. See, for someone that loses one of their senses, all the other senses become so important. The first real pitch he's been on.
So boys, let's go out there and do our best. Yes. Come on, I need that Josh.
You need that Josh. This must be so exciting for him. Yeah, just pretend everyone are buffaloes. He's doing well. I thought he was going to have a little bit of warm-up to do to play a real game. Wow, he even got man of the match?
And he's getting back into it too.
Yeah. Redemption for something, and I still need to find out what.
Yeah.
If this team plays the other team that refused him.
नए गेंदबाज इकबाल खान ने हर मैच पे 8 विकेट की औसत बनाए रखी.
Wow.
What?
सॉरी अम्मी, मगर भाई के बारे में बस 3 ही लाइन लिखी इन लोगों ने.
Sup, girl?
Yeah. He's not coming around the house. You don't want Dad to be all up in his.
आदाब.
कैसा है मेरा इकबाल?
बिल्कुल ठीक है.
आइए.
पूछाता है क्या?
Oh.
आपको खदीजा को बहुत याद करता है. अपने अब्बू को भी.
Wow, sending money home. I think getting man of the match pays too,
Yeah.
like a bonus.
मतलब कम से कम आपसे बात तो कर पाए मेरे जरिए.
Huh. That's good. He can still talk to his mom
Yeah.
at least.
Texting. Yeah.
Well, I don't know texting, but
Well,
calling.
how's he gonna hear him? It'd have to be texting.
Well, he said through me,
Oh, okay.
meaning he would be on the other line,
okay.
so he would be kind of
I
translating.
get it.
Yeah, this was 2005. I mean, the texting was pretty bad back then. I mean, his dad must be like eating his words right now because he's sending money home to the family, and that wad of cash is probably the most they've seen in a while.
Yeah. Yeah.
मैं कोशिश करूंगी मेरे लाल.
नो कोशिश आना पड़ेगा. तूने कहा तो नहीं पर मैंने ऐसे ही जोड़ दिया. ज़्यादा तो नहीं हो गया?
A little bit. She's trapped too because she's, you know, it's just not done to just walk out like that, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's got to be hard.
आज नहीं शायद आज नहीं. खुदा के लिए आज नहीं. बैंक ने हमारी बाकी की जमीन भी जब्त कर ली है. हम बर्बाद हो गए.
What about the money?
आप जानते हैं ये सच नहीं है.
उसके कल के लिए.
एक बाप का फर्ज तो खूब निभाया, लेकिन अपनी मुसीबतों के लिए उसे गुनहगार ठहराया.
Oh.
3 साल सूखे की वजह वो नहीं है. आपकी जमीन बिकने की वजह वो नहीं है. अपने धंधे में जो गलतियां की उसकी वजह वो नहीं है.
Calling him out on the truth.
उसे मेरी
Wow.
तकदीर से मारना था साइदा.
Oh, that's huge.
और बेबस जिंदगी से उबारना था साइदा.
That's a lot to put
Yeah.
on someone.
Yeah.
माफी तो किसी और से मांगनी है आपको.
She knows how to speak to him, though. Like,
Yeah.
she knew exactly what to say.
Yeah.
Here's the background.
रणजी ट्रॉफी हमारी है.
हो सकता है. तो मुझे क्यों बुलाया?
मैंने सुना है कि
Oh, he called him?
इन बच्चों को अपना गेम खेलने दीजिए. ये बाजी मैदान पर ही तय होने दीजिए.
मोहित,
That's how it should be.
वो सौदे करते हैं जिनसे the best possible team तैयार हो सके.
That doesn't make sense. You should decide that by
ये
skill.
मेरी जगह का सौदा किया था आपने.
Oh, snap.
कभी ना कभी मैं तुम्हें इंडियन टीम में सिलेक्ट करवा ही देता.
अगर कोई दूसरा रईस ज़्यादा आपकी चौखट पे ना आता तो.
Right.
Put someone above him from money and position.
कि जब मैं बेबस और लाचार था तब एक दफा भी आपने अपना हाथ नहीं रखा मेरे सर पे.
Yeah.
और दूसरे दिन मैं आपकी एकेडमी के रजिस्टर में एक नाम के सिवा और कुछ नहीं था.
मैं सिर्फ ग्रेट प्लेयर्स बनाना चाहता हूँ बस.
मेरी बात सुन लीजिए.
Dude, that's so superficial.
Yeah. And it just means that you're in it for the money and not the love of the game.
मेरी तरह हार मान के गुमनामी में नहीं खोएगा.
That's
इकबाल
right.
की किस्मत में वो नीला यूनिफॉर्म
Ooh.
और वो उसे मिलने से आप और आपकी दलाली कभी भी नहीं रोक सकती.
तो फिर मैं उसका भला चाहता हूँ.
You won't need the luck.
अपने बाप से और हर उस इंसान से जिसने मेरा भला चाहा है. Go to hell.
Ooh. Wow. Okay. That's right. So, okay, clearly he has some sort of history like Iqbal has as well with family and people not wanting him to succeed.
Right.
And he's going to be that person for him that he never had.
Right.
That's great. Goosebumps. Oh god. Dude, that means everything to
Yep.
him.
He's sorry, but he's saying sorry, but he's sorry. So,
And the whole family is there for
Yeah.
the finals.
भाई हमें तो जाना है.
What? They're not going to stay?
कुछ पैसों की प्रॉब्लम है. हाँ तो
नहीं 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 इसकी कोई जरूरत नहीं है.
This isn't a time for pride.
हर रोज.
But they're not. Oh, that sucks.
yeah, it does really suck.
ये पिच देख के आपको क्या लगता है कि ये स्पिनर्स को सपोर्ट करेगी या फास्ट बॉलर्स को? और मोहित जी आपको क्या लगता है?
He's getting pretty good at translating and signing.
Well, at a certain point, you get to know what they're
Yeah.
saying and thinking.
Excuse me. Autograph please.
Oh, wow.
तेरा पहला ऑटोग्राफ छोटू.
Thank you.
That's awesome. And when he wears the blue someday, that very first autograph's gonna be some money.
के लिए बहुत टाइम पड़ा है.
Ab आगे देखो.
Focus.
हमारा रिसर्च बहुत ही एक्सटेंसिव है. हमने आपको उस वक्त से फॉलो किया है जब आपने पहली बार क्रिकेट के मैदान में कदम रखा.
Really? From the first time?
क्या ख्याल है आपका?
वैसे ये बोल सुन नहीं सकता.
मजाक मत कीजिए सर. ओह वाह, रियली?
So clearly you haven't been following him as
Yep.
closely as you
It's
said.
very I love it. It's like, throw it in his face. Dude, you're like totally BS,
Out of touch.
man.
हाँ चलिए. और वापस मत आइएगा. हाँ कहाँ ना. लेकिन जिंदगी भर के लिए नहीं. बड़ा जिद्दी है यार।
Yeah.
लेकिन किसी को मालूम नहीं है सेलेक्टर है कौन।
Yeah, they're undercover somewhere, so they don't get pestered by a bunch of people.
Right.
While others might be sleeping or resting, this dude is at it for practice all night.
So because it stayed inside the rope, that was not a 6, right?
No, if it hits the boundary, it's...
Oh.
well, if it goes over the boundary, it's a 6. If it rolls and hits the boundary, it's a 4.
Okay.
कल शाम तक हमें 400 रन बनाने होंगे। फिर एक दिन होगा हमारे पास 300 रन के अंदर उन्हें ऑल आउट करने के लिए। तो फिर चलो, जान लगा दो।
Wow.
So we haven't seen him bat.
Well, yeah, I mean, he'd usually... If... He said he's been practicing, but generally they wouldn't... Like, someone that's, like, primarily bowling would be at the very, very bottom of the order if they bat.
मेरा ये यकीन है कि हम सबको इस दुनिया में कोई एक खास काम करने के लिए भेजा गया है। मेरा बेटा इकबाल क्रिकेट खेलने के लिए
Wow.
उसे जीने का सलीका मिलता है।
He's repeating my words. Yeah.
Well, it was a good speech.
It was.
So...
Oh, this guy's going to come in. The original coach's going to come and make him an offer.
और वो बैट्समैन कमाल है। सुनो, कल जब तुम्हारी टीम फील्ड पर होगी, तो तुम अच्छी बॉलिंग नहीं करोगे। खास तौर पर जब कमल बैटिंग करो।
Oh, you punk.
आज मैं कमल के लिए सौदा कर रहा हूँ, कल तुम्हारे लिए करूँगा। तुम इंडियन
That is dirty.
This is very dirty. Again, why he said.
और ये साबित करने के लिए ये लो 25 लाख का चेक।
25 lakh.
तो ये सौदा करके तुम न सिर्फ एक अच्छे खिलाड़ी बनोगे, बल्कि एक अच्छे बेटे भी।
Can you sell your dignity like that, though? Your dad wouldn't want you to.
कि मैं तुम्हें कभी इंडियन टीम में खेलने नहीं दूंगा। ना आज, ना कल, ना कभी।
Dude, just keep doing what you're doing. He's scared.
तो ये तुम्हारी बेवकूफी है।
If you never cashed the check, you never got it.
को हाँ समझो।
Dude,
पैसा
the reason he's coming at him is
he's-
because he's scared.
Yep.
He knows he can bowl the sucker out.
Yep.
He's scared, so keep playing your best.
He needs to tell him and talk to him about it.
Mm-hmm. You can't do it, man. Don't sell your pride. Oh, and you're selling your team short. Your coach is gonna know what's up. He must have got his century.
In a sense, he was almost blackmailing him.
Oh, it was 100% blackmail. Like, there's consequences if you don't do what I say. It's blackmail.
बैट्समैन को अपने दिमाग में झांकने दे रहे हो।
On purpose.
दिमाग का खेल दिल से। मैं जानता हूँ क्या हो रहा है। हाँ जानता हूँ।
No, you don't.
You don't know.
है ना? हाँ?
What went
What is
on
he-
there? I don't know.
I don't. What is he going to do? Something foolish?
I don't know. He got some sort of plan. I'm so curious right now.
Yeah.
Like, what is he up to? Oh, he's coming in. coming in hot.
Yeah.
Dude, I want to see him take out the other dude.
मैच एक बहुत ही रोमांचकारी मोड़ पर रुका हुआ है। 18 रन या 1 विकेट, एक और विकेट और रणजी ट्रॉफी के इतिहास में आंध्रा पहली बार ये रणजी।
Oh, that is huge stakes.
नहीं मगर वो excuses कौन सुनेगा? You've got to focus. Don't lose your concentration. Play straight, okay, and don't lose your wickets. मैं अभी आया।
Uh-oh.
कुछ उल्टा सीधा मत कर बैठना। कमल को सेंचुरी बनाकर मैच जीतने था। Good luck.
No, you just go back to your side of the field.
इसमें एक स्ट्रैटेजी होती है। कमल तुम्हारी बॉलिंग बहुत आराम से खेल रहा है और वो स्पिन अच्छा नहीं खेलता।
Because he was doing it on purpose.
और बॉलिंग दोषी करेगा।
ये दोनों कर क्या रहे हैं?
क्या कर रहा है यार?
Just wants.
दोषी। कुछ गड़बड़ हुई ना, दोनों लटकेंगे।
Okay, you got your chance. You know what play he should do?
The mohit?
Yeah, the entrapment or what the special.
Yep. He's suddenly like, wait a second, I see this.
Maybe not. That's 4. Didn't they say they just need 18? So that's... It's another 4. It's another 4.
He is using his stretch.
Oh, is he luring him into a trap?
Yep, he is.
Okay, so that's 4. He needs... So if it was 18, he only needs 2 more runs.
And now he's going to knock him out.
There's the smile. He's putting on a show.
Yeah, he's faking it.
Okay, so he's on board. He's like, all right, dude, let's do it. It's like, let's make history.
The entrapment, yeah.
I know, it's very risky. Down to the wire.
Yeah.
Yep, he's already on the move before he even swung. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lured him in. That's a fulfillment for the coach, too.
Yeah. Yeah. Because that knocked him out. The batter, right?
Yeah, the catch.
The catch knocked him out, and it broke his century, so he didn't have it. So,
Right.
yeah. So, and was that their then win?
Yeah, they won
So-
because they either needed, so that team either needed 18 runs or one, they were probably on their last wicket or something.
Right.
So they just needed 1 wicket.
हमारे बीच सौदा हुआ था।
He's like, here you go. Oh, that's awesome. Right in his face.
हाँ, जहाँ रहा सवाल खेतों का, तेरे बाप को बर्बाद करके ही रहूँगा।
Dude, that guy is so hateful.
ये सब पेपर वर्क करने में मेरे सर के आधे बाल सफेद हो गए। अब यहाँ साइन कर दो बस। और जैसे
Oh.
पहला चेक हमारे जेब से निकलेगा और इस चेक के बाद हमारा जेब ही निकल गया। Okay, it's a bad joke.
He's making him believe that that is the Team India selector.
मैं आप लोगों को डिस्टर्ब तो नहीं कर रहा।
What? What? Kapil Dev?
हेलो गुरुजी
क्या बात है?
पिताजी हैं
जी नहीं, सिर्फ फील्ड पे।
सुना है इसने अपनी भैंस का नाम हमारे ऊपर रखा है
Yeah, he did.
हाँ, वो कह रहा है कि मेरी फेवरेट भैंस का।
चलो इसी बहाने नाम तो होगा गुड लक
तुमने कमल की इनिंग्स देखी सही टाइम में फॉर्म में आ गए
एक्सक्यूज मी, तो सर मैं चलूं?
वेल डन इंडियन टीम को इस वक्त ऐसे बॉलर की जरूरत है
और अब
गुड लक
What? Does that mean... What does that mean, like now or in the future? He's got the blue! He's got the blue! Dude, the style as well. Like the look on his face. Mm-hmm. Wow. Now that the chanting, he can feel it. He might not be able to hear it. His family's at his game. Coach.
Cleaned up nice.
Yeah. Iqbal Khan too. Man, representing your country like that, that's such a big honor. His #1 fan. If he's still imagining everyone are buffaloes, that's a lot of buffaloes.
Yeah.
Oh, she's feeling it. Nice.
Look at how is
Oof.
very cool.
Special thanks to Kapil Dev. Man, what a cool cameo. Oh, that was a good one. And sometimes you just get some of these movies, even though it's from 2005, it holds up. It's still a great movie.
Yep, very much so.
Okay, so that was awesome. I love the order that we did this because that made, since we watched 83 before this one, that gave the goosebumps. I don't think we would have felt it because his voice is very recognizable.
Yeah.
So as soon as I heard his voice, I was like, holy shit. And I got the goosebumps immediately. And because we know who he is.
Yeah.
And we know how big of a deal that is.
Yep.
And so we even got the reference when he named like one of his buffaloes, like
one of his-
Kapil Dev. And him
His
coming
favorite
in.
one.
Yeah. Him coming in was, I mean, everything.
Great cameo, yeah.
Such a cool cameo.
Yeah. And it fit well in. It wasn't like, just kind of superfluous. It
Yeah.
was well done.
Yeah, it was super well done. But yeah, him coming in, and we know what he looks like. He made the cameo in 83 as well, and then we saw him talking at the end of 83.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm so glad that we watched it in that order.
Yep.
So anyway, how many Pani Puri out of 10 would you give it?
I'm going to give it a 9. Mm-hmm. Good, solid 9.
Yeah? Well,
Yeah.
you still have,
Yeah,
you're still
it's
very emotional. all
A
over.
little teary here.
Yeah. No, it was good. You got the feels.
Yep. I really, it really shows how a lot of professional players, their passion allows them to do the unthinkable in their own personal lives in order to really achieve what they want to achieve with their love for the sport. It was a tough one because, again, he was, in a sense, having to abandon his family a bit. And
that's the way his dad definitely was perceiving it, but the rest of his family knew that he was doing for his life.
And it was great to see that the father had actually a character arc, an epiphany. I think she said it very, very succinctly in that he was doing what he needed to do to help the family, okay? Rather than continuing to do something that obviously was not working for the family already. And while he was doing the father was doing his best for the family, the son was looking bigger picture and was thinking differently. And sometimes that's really hard for parents to get, is that, their children can see something bigger than what their parents can see.
Yeah.
And it's really hard.
A few things playing at that, right? It's tradition, and it's what the father knows, and what the father feels like. Because I think when you become a father and you have a son, you want to try to pass down certain things. You want to be the person to be able to pass down the way of living in the world, right? And so you want to teach your son how to survive in a world. That's your job as a dad.
Right.
And as you said, the mom said it perfectly, is yes, you did your job as a father, like what you believe as a father, but now do your job as being a supportive member for him and being a mentor for him, not just the father figure, but also a mentor.
Right.
Seeing that. So I do know where the dad is coming from, and especially because it's not everyone is going to make it in the cricket world, but you need to see the talent where it is.
Exactly.
And if the father doesn't give the chance to go and say well, let me see if my son actually has the talent.
Right.
But he didn't want to give the chance. And I think that was the downfall. Right. Now, if he went and gave his son a chance and his son was throwing the ball behind him or something, then maybe you shouldn't do this.
Yeah.
But he had a real knack for it. He had a passion for it. He had the skill for it, and he was a genius at it, right? So I think that should have been given a chance. But again, he came around and he saw that, and he's like, okay, look, let's give it a try and all that sort of stuff.
Right.
So
I also think that the father was a little bit, you heard it in when he was talking with the coach about he hated the whole thing of he didn't call it corruption, but he said the big money that was in there, the elitist, and it kind of that elitist and hierarchy, something that lower down here you can't get to, you're never entitled to that and everything, and the whole corruption thing played through that. The whole bit of the other coach trying to cut that deal and everything.
That's a good catch.
And so it was kind of interesting that I think maybe that was some of why he was so resistive to it, because he's going, it is corrupt. And again, being a very religious man, obviously he had that element going through. So he didn't want that to become part of his son's life too, I think. And I think that's why, and particularly with the burning of the outfit and everything, I think that's what he might have been thinking a little bit, is this is the corruption hook that's capturing him a little bit. So yeah, and that's not to say that the game doesn't have its bad, all sports I think has a little bit of some of that going on, but again, if you have a true love for the sport, you're looking past all of that. I think his dad really, it's great to see him. Great to see him showing up afterwards. So yeah.
And it does make it a very powerful moment when somebody that's so resistant ends up coming to the light.
To the light. Hey, I'm gonna go on board with this.
And it makes a very powerful moment when someone like that crosses over and starts cheering and is like, I was wrong, but I admitted it, and now let's go. Sure.
Yeah, definitely. So how many Panipuri are you gonna give it?
I'm gonna give it a 9.5 because I really liked it. I liked the story. I liked the inspiration of it. Also, one thing that I really liked is that it wasn't about him being deaf. I mean, it was,
and it wasn't.
but it wasn't.
Yeah.
I mean, it was sort of a limiting factor, but that never really came up when it was time to be like, will this team choose you? Will that team choose you? The coach actually didn't kick him out because he was deaf.
Right.
He kicked him out because of the anger. So the deaf, actually, what was really cool about this is that never became a hindrance through this whole thing. When I first heard the synopsis of this, I was thinking like, okay, it's gonna be a story about inspirational overcoming your things that people might think of as a weakness, and then maybe that weakness in the end will be your strength. You know, that's sort of a typical thing for movies to do.
Yeah.
This did not do that. It blew my expectations out of the water because that's the story I was expecting going into it.
Right.
But it never hindered anything about it.
Right.
You know,
and he actually he had the demeanor of, he didn't allow it to either.
No.
With even those that didn't know that he couldn't hear, his demeanor was smiles and you know, and he would do the best he could. And, you know, he had a way about him to be able to communicate and get across what he needed. So I think that, that's very true. It was not about his deafness.
It is a big part of what is also its inspiration about it. Even though the story wasn't necessarily about that being a hindrance or anything, it was still an awesome part of the story that someone like that can still overcome and go through with his dreams and be able to dream something like that. You know, sometimes maybe if someone is handicapped, they're going to think, oh, there's no way I'm going to ever be able to do that, so I'm not even going to dream about it. But this kid is like, dude, dream whatever you want to dream and go for it. And don't take no for an answer, you know, and be persistent.
Yeah. I loved his little secret fort.
But I feel like...
I think we all have those when we're little. You know, we all have our own little secret spaces
even if
that
it's
we go
just
to.
symbolic of that. Like, even if it isn't totally enclosed and that full-on physical space, I think we all have that mental space in our minds where when things get tough, we sort of like just take a step back and go to our comfort place, right? And
our favorite toys or our favorite books to
activity,
read or
anything,
activity.
Right? For sure. And that's what I think can get a lot of people connected in, is because they feel those feelings. And when you tear it all down, when you start destroying the things that you love because people are starting to get in between those seams and cracks, you know. The acting was really good. Shreyas, well, I don't think I've ever seen a movie with him in it, but I was full on believing that this guy's actually deaf. I don't know if he is actually, but I mean, he made me believe he is. His acting in this was fully convincing. And Naseeruddin Shah, we don't have to say that he's amazing because he is. He's already a legend, and his voice. I mean, you'll come to understand.
His voice.
I know, because he has such a unique voice. He really does. I will be if I hear his voice, I'll recognize it anywhere. And his acting.
Mass singer.
Mass singer. So
good. Thank you so much for recommending this. Appreciate it.
Let us know what you guys thought in the comments below. What would you rate it? How many pani puri out of 10 would you give it? और अगर आप तक नहीं किया, subscribe करो, share करो और like button पर थप्पड़ मारो.